the emboldenment of extremist forces within the region. We've already seen an increase in activity from the Tehreek-e-Taliban within Pakistan, and we have to prepare for that scenario while we hope that the situation in Afghanistan develops in a positive rather than a negative direction.
So your foreign minister has urged the international community to unlock billions of dollars in frozen assets, and $9.5 billion in the Afghan central bank assets have been frozen. And he says that this may assist the Taliban in, frankly, behaving better. Do you think that's the right path to go down?
I think we should be focused on how we can best help the people of Afghanistan, how we can prevent an inevitable, what UNDP calls an economic disaster from developing, where by 2022 more than 90% of the people of Afghanistan will be below the poverty line. And in order to tackle that, I think that we should act through the United Nations to ensure that aid is delivered to the people of Afghanistan, to the vulnerable people of Afghanistan, to the ethnic minorities, and to the women, and try and avert a humanitarian crisis while encouraging the Taliban to live up to their own commitments of an inclusive government and protecting women's rights.
But do you feel confident in the way in which they're functioning 5 weeks into taking over Kabul? I mean, Amnesty International has said 5 weeks in they've shown no respect or regard for human rights, for example, or women's rights.
I would tend to agree with Amnesty International that what we're observing initially is that these promises that have been made to the international community and the world at large by the Taliban have so far we have not seen them walking this talk. And there have been complaints from journalists within Afghanistan, and obviously the women of Afghanistan we see on a daily basis protesting on the streets for their rights. We're concerned that the girls in Afghanistan aren't being allowed to go to secondary school. There are a lot of concerns, but we continue to encourage the new regime in Afghanistan to live up to international expectations if they want international recognition.
Bilawal, always good to talk to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on the program.
Thank you so much for having me, Alda.
Thank you. Now, let's just go to Islamabad now and speak to my colleague John Simpson.